Alright, good afternoon everyone. Today is Tuesday, November 6th, 2011. It's election day. Today hopefully will be the day that we get a new president. Anyway, my opinion, I'm entitled to it. The results from this morning's live trading room, we only got one tick on the Russell, plus one tick on the Russell. We didn't take a ton of trades, largely because the markets were congested and sideways, and there were a few trades right at the beginning of the market that I ended up missing. I was doing some administrative things for the first 5 or 10 minutes, and I missed out on a little bit there. Alright, so again, the results for the morning, plus one tick Russell. Okay. Now, if you have not taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply and sign up for our free trial. All we need is your name and your email address. We do not need any credit card information or anything like that. Once you sign up for that, you will be sent an email with a link in it that shows you how to download indicators, how to download the platform, so you can use everything that you see here, okay? Everything that you see on my charts, all the indicators and everything. You can download it all and apply it all to your charts. Once you've downloaded it all, if you want your charts to look exactly like mine, then just send me an email at support@cfrn.net and say you would like my layout, and I'll send you my layout with a video telling you or showing you how to upload my layout. Okay, it's really a pretty simple process, and you'll end up with everything being just like mine. Alright, one other thing I want to cover this afternoon at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We are going to have sort of an open house to people who want to just come in and ask any questions. I'm not going to be trading live, but I will be there to answer questions from any partners or any people for that matter. Anybody that's got any questions, stop in. I am posting the link to that right now in the chat boxes. That is the link to sign up for that meeting this afternoon. It's 3 to 4, and I will be happy to answer any questions that anyone has. Partners are going to get priority in that meeting, but existing partners are going to get priority in that meeting, but I will try to answer every question that I can. Okay, every question that's asked. I always try to address every single question. Now, let's go over what's happened here and what seems to be happening right now. Gold is jumping around right now. I don't know if anybody's watching the gold right here, but the gold is really jumping around right now. Oops, I'm not gonna do the gold right at the moment though. I'm gonna do the ES. Now, during our break,
gold is up $34, just to chime in here. It's taken back everything we gave up last Thursday.
Yeah, it's really jumping right here. The live trading room this morning on the ES, there was right here at the very open, well, in the pre-market, there was an opportunity right in here. If you took this bounce off the BBC right here, it had a double top. I wouldn't have done it, but if you took that bounce, you would have gotten some opportunity there. The next trade was right here. This was right after the open. Now, on this particular one, I wouldn't have taken the trade because we don't have a higher swing, but it did take off and move up. Now, I had drawn in trend lines this morning, narrowed the range down a little bit from yesterday, but I had drawn in trend lines this morning, and I wanted to see the price get up above these levels here. Okay, this morning we had a pullback down here. This was after the open, and that one started to move up. Once it started moving up, I had said I had drawn in these trend lines, and I said a close above this level right here, and up close above this level right here on this trend line should open the door to higher prices. It did open the door to higher prices. It did give 2 points exactly. The entry would have been from right over here at the BBC. Target would have been right up there at the swing high. Didn't like this trade right here. Once it got down to the BBC, I said it'll probably work its way down to the yellow line, and it did just that. Then I had drawn in this trend line, and I said if you get an up close over that trend line, it'll probably open the door to higher prices, and it did that too. It came up and it hit this area right here, pulled back down to the BBC for another bounce up off of that. Now, the thing that happened over here, and this is something that I've said to people for quite a few times anyway. When the trend strength line on the DMT on this ES 10,000 contract chart is underneath the envelope for an extended period of time, the next pierce of the envelope is more likely going to be a large move. Okay? It's very likely to be a large move. You can see right over here we had a pierce of the blue envelope with the green trend strength line right here at 11:36 at 14.20 and a quarter, and it bounced up in less than 30 minutes, 9 points from that level. Okay, went 9 points in less than 30 minutes. You can see right here it's it's really consolidated from that move. All right, lots of sideways action right there. All right, I'm not interested in trading this at all right now. Now, that said, let's just draw some trend lines here, okay? We'll use that as our trend line. And up close above that trend line should go up at least to this level right here, if not all the way up here. Okay? And up close above that trend line. That's what you have. All right? Let's see. Now, it's not uncommon to have consolidation after a big move up. We are also right above a weekly trading zone, so it could consolidate right in this whole area right here. It could extend that range that it's in, that 1 point range that it's in right there, 1.5 points, to about 4.5 points. Okay? But look for an up close above this trend line. Should at least go up here, if not up to the next weekly trading zone above us. Okay? Let's take a look at the YM. The YM was a lot like the ES this morning. This is what we're looking at the current trend line on the YM. This was the pierce of the envelope over here on the YM, suggesting the big move. Now, the YM was not trolling around underneath the envelope for any extended length of time. It did get down there, but I had drawn all these trend lines in the live trading room this morning. When price gets up above, I said it should go up. When it closed up above here, I said it should go up. Now, in this one right here, it pulled back down to the yellow line, the same way that the ES did in this particular scenario. And it got up above it and moved up, got up above this one and moved up. And now you're looking for it to close up above here and continue moving up. Okay, that's what you would be looking for on that. And let's jump over here to the NQ. The NQ had a bunch of nice trades early on in the morning. I didn't take any of them. I was, as I said, I was busy trying to send off an email to a few of you guys. Right in here we had a pullback up and tested the BBC with a down close and bearish divergence for an opportunity on the short side. It pulled back up here and tested the BBC with a down close again, but the cycle was going up, so no trade there. That didn't put in a lower swing. It suggested we had a bottom in place. Price moved up, gave us a bullish cross. It tested the BBC with an up close with bullish divergence this time. And this time it pulled down here. We didn't have the divergence in place. The cycle's going against it. It pulled up here and tested the yellow line right here, and it had some bearish divergence. You could have sold off that yellow line right there down to here. Did it again here with bearish divergence, tested the BBC in a down close. Again, we didn't put in a lower swing, so I'll just use this trend line. We didn't put in a lower swing, expecting it to go up from there. It chopped around in here a little bit, and let's see, we had a bullish cross, tested the BBC with an up close here with bullish divergence. Let me slide that over. There you go, bullish divergence. Bearish cross, tested the BBC with bearish divergence right there. Alright, and again, right over here. Price moved away from the BBC, came back up and tested it and gave a down close. Alright, let's see. That was pretty much when I stopped looking at it. You can see the NQ had a big move up here right at the break too. There was opportunity in here on that big move up right there, and that's pretty much it. There was a shorting opportunity after the move up right in there with the bearish divergence, and another one right over here with the bearish divergence. Okay. Let's see. We have... That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. Okay. That was it on the NQ this morning. All right, I didn't take any NQ trades, so that's all there was to it. In here on the... This is the soybeans. I just want to point something out. This morning we had no trend in the soybeans, so we did not take this trade right here. We had a bullish cross. It tested the BBC with an up close with bullish divergence. We didn't take that trade. We wanted to wait until it got up above this line right here. Once it did break up above that line, though, you see it did move up fairly quickly and came back down. It almost gave an opportunity to enter right here, but it didn't pull down far enough. By the time it did it over here, the cycle's going down too far and you're not interested in a long trade anymore. And now it's turned around and looks like it's headed back down into this area. Alright, we didn't take this trade right in here this morning. We may have had some guys who did, but I certainly didn't. Okay? That was that. Now, let's keep an eye on all this stuff too. The gold, well, we'll look at gold quickly. I didn't trade gold this morning. I think I tried to, but I didn't get filled. Hold on, I have to sneeze here in a second, I think. Right here we had a bullish cross and it tested the BBC with an up close. It tested it again here, but the cycle was going down too far. It dropped through the BBC down to the blue area right here. It didn't put in a higher swing, so I wouldn't have trusted this one. This one right here was okay because it's coming off a higher high. This one's not because it's not coming off a higher high. Right in here, we would have been looking to get long on that. Okay, it tested the BBC with the up close with the bullish divergence. And that was pretty much the end of the morning session. You can see how gold ran from over here, 1693. Well, gosh. It ran from 1693 all the way up to 1718.4. Let's just say 1718. So 25 points it ran in that half an hour. Well, in the last hour it's ran 25 points. It's run 25 points. That is a huge move in gold. Going back to the morning session, though, we didn't have that many opportunities in here. It did move around some, but it didn't give us that many opportunities. Okay. Let me slide that over, and we'll grab the Russell, and we'll look at that. And you can see in here, we did take a couple of Russell trades. This was our first one where we ended up with plus one tick. I took a break even on this one over here. The Russell did move around a bit, but it didn't have a ton of opportunity either. Right in here we weren't coming off a higher high, so right here, I should take that thing off of there. Because we weren't coming off a higher high, we would have been looking for it there. We would have here, if you'd have gotten in on that, you would have been looking for an opportunity there. This one right here, it went right through, if you were looking for it to bounce off of that. It wasn't coming off a strong low there, so it's just a little consolidation in here. Let's see, over here we had a bearish cross. It tested the BBC with a down close, opportunity to get short. Over here it tested the BBC again with a down close with the bearish divergence. I did take that one. I should have taken profit down here, but I had my target one tick more than that and it missed it. Let's see, I got long over here on the up close with the bullish divergence after testing the BBC. I had moved my stop up to break even once it closed up the window of opportunity. It ended up coming over here and taking me out. And let's see, it moved up here, tested the BBC, gave an up close. And that was all during the break. Okay, this is during the break right in here. There and here. Okay. That was the Russell. So the Russell had some opportunity. Not a ton, but it did have some opportunity in there. Okay. And look at this trend line. Just holding it right down over here. You see that on the YM there? Let me bring crude oil over. Crude had a few trades this morning as well. And here we go. 9:30 we had, well, nothing right at 9:30. This is crude. Now, after the open, we had a test of the BBC right here with some bearish divergence and a down close with a move down. Coming off this, we didn't have a lower low right here, so it's questionable whether this would have held. One way to trade it would have been to fade it down to the BBC, then take the long trade off the BBC, because we had a bullish cross, bullish divergence, let's see, bullish divergence, and an up close. You could have taken that for the move up right there. Okay, this is the trade that I did take over here. Hang on, I'm missing something in here. It pulled up and nailed this red spot right here with bearish divergence, went right through the BBC, hit the red spot with the bearish divergence, and sold off. You would have wanted to get a lower low over here to take this one. The fact that we didn't have a lower low suggested this was not going to hold. Alright, so it went right through that, tested the BBC over here with bullish divergence and gave an up close. I got long there and I took the profit right there. Actually, I took a break even right there. Let's see. Price continued to go up. And it, the trades that were in here, this one right here you could have taken with the bullish divergence right here, the test of the BBC with the up close for the move up. This one right here, the cycle was a little bit red and going down, so I wouldn't have been as interested in that. Bearish cross right here, test of the BBC with the down close. Same thing here. And right over here the cycle was going up, so we wouldn't have been interested in that. Once it flipped around, you had a bullish cross, a test of the BBC right here with an up close. Does everybody understand this? What I'm doing here on the crude oil is the same exact thing that I've done on all the other 4-tick range markets. Okay, you're looking for a bullish cross with a test of the BBC and an up close with bullish divergence. It's as simple as that. All right, it does it again and again and again and again and again. I mean, you guys are hearing me say it over and over and over and over and over. It probably gets kind of old, and you probably kind of tune me out. But the reason it's getting old and you're tuning me out is because it's happening over and over and over and over and over again. All right. So there it was. Okay, that was the last market I'm going to go over. So we had the Russell, crude oil, gold, the NQ, the ES, the YM, soybeans, and the euro. Those were the markets this morning. Now, I'll stop the recording here. If anybody has any questions, you can email us at support@cfrn.net. If you are on the free trial and you want to become a partner, you need to respond to the information that is in the email that I sent to you. And if you do not yet have the email and you're on the free trial and you want to become a partner, send us a quick email at support@cfrn.net and just put in the subject partner info. Okay, and I'll be sure and send off all the information required to become a partner. Our partners meeting this week is going to be tomorrow night, Wednesday night, instead of our normal Thursday night. So if you want to become a partner and get into that partners meeting, now's the time. Let's see, what else do we have? A reminder at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to have a at 3 o'clock this afternoon. We're going to have an open forum for people to ask us questions, and partners, of course, will have priority. I want to answer all the questions that any partners may have, and I am not going to be trying to trade live, so it's going to be, I'm going to slow things down. And I'll try to answer all the questions as thoroughly as possible. Okay? I've given you guys the link for that already. All right, Frank, I'll talk to you at 2:45. And
I'll be there myself for the webinar this afternoon. I'll be out, but Mike will be there, and this is for basic stuff. I mean, if you need to know how to set up your chart, you don't really understand the nature of a candlestick, if you want to understand how to draw a trend line, this is kind of basic 101. If you're an advanced trader or advanced partner, you can still come, you can still hang out, and if there's time, Michael will cover the more advanced subjects. Those typically go to the partners meeting. This is kind of for people who are just really not sure, maybe you don't even really know what a trend is. I keep hearing people talk about the market's either trending or range bound. I'm not sure what that is. And if you're new, that's a legitimate question. That's exactly what the webinar is for this afternoon. It was going to be last week, and it got postponed due to the storm. So it is this afternoon. You don't have to be a partner to come. All you got to do is just show up, bring your questions, and Mike will be happy to go over them with you. Bert will be hanging out, and so Bert can answer questions as well. And as Michael said, the partners meeting is tomorrow night because Thursday is a really big day in the world of CFRN because it's Michael's birthday. So he's going to take Thursday night off. We're going to do the partners meeting tomorrow night. I will not be here on Friday. Okay, there'll still be a live trading room, and there'll still be a little bit of dialogue where we normally have the radio show here. And I'm going to attempt to dial in. I just don't know how well that's going to work. If I can, I will. If I can't, I'll see you Monday. But I'll be here tomorrow, and I'll be here Thursday. And Michael, you're done with the recording. You've already shut that down.
I'm shutting it down now.